Hi, in this video we are going to build a web-based interface and ask the large language model to query the CSV files. Basically, we are going to build a web-based interface like this, and let us see how we can do this step by step. Here you can see that we have the type of questions, and then when you click on send, it is going to go and query the CSV files and give the answer here. Let us see how we can do this step by step. I'm going to go to the Visual Studio Code, VS Code, and this is where we left off in the last video. We have the prompt here. On the prompt, we type the questions and the bot will answer the question. This is the questions and this is the answer. Instead of the prompt, we are going to create a web interface. Let us type exit to exit the prompt. We exited, it said goodbye, and then we got the prompt. If you are following along with me, you will have a folder structure like this, the llama index, and then you have the .env folder. This is the folder, and the data is the folder, and these are the files. Okay, you can see also the same folder structure here. Let me create the necessary folders first and then copy paste some code. The instruction is on my GitHub. Let me open my GitHub. Okay, this is my GitHub, and then I'm going to share this path in the description so that you can take those. Okay, you have to first create a folder called static. Copy this, and I'm going to go here. Create a new folder called static. You can see here the static is appeared automatically here. I'll go back. I'm going to create a template, a folder called template. Copy. So inside the template folder, we need to copy the index.html, this file. Copy. New file. So go inside and paste the code. Go to the instruction, and then on the static I have styles.css. Copy. styl.css. Okay. Let's go to the instruction. It is called static styles.css, which is correct. Then on the root folder, and then you need to copy paste this one, chatbot.web. Copy. New. Chatbot web. It's a Python extension. Yes. Okay, I'm going to save everything. Let me first run and then make sure it is running, and then once it is running, and then come back to the code and then explain all the code. Okay, it looks like it is working fine. So I'm going to launch this. I'm going to refresh. Okay, I put as if chatbot. Let's go and fix this. Save all. Okay, now I'm going to type the question. How many servers total in CSV files? On both CSV files, I want to know how many servers are there. There are 12 servers in the CSV file. Let me go and explain the code now. First, I would like to tell you that when you run this code, here when you run this code, it runs on the localhost port 5000. You can see here the web server is running on port 5000. Let us first look at the static folder. We have a cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet is used to define visual presentation of web page. It controls the layout, colors, font, spacing, and other design elements. The next, we go into the template folder and then go to index.html. Here we have 3 elements. One is a chat box. This one is a chat box. Another one is user input, and then a button, send button, and then it invokes a JavaScript. Okay. And this is a chat box, and then the user input is here. This one is user input, and then the send button. When you click on the send button, it invokes JavaScript. Send question is a JavaScript function, and then user input and chatbot input, the user input chat box are saved as a variable, and then if the user input is nothing, null, then it stops further execution. Okay, I'm pulling the information of the inner HTML, whatever inside the user typed in, and then I'm pulling the information and then save as a variable, and then on the user input I make it a null. Okay, this one is sending the question to the Flask server. Okay, and here you can see this is the question. I'm sending the user input to the Flask server. Let us go and look into this. I'm going to the chatbot web. Okay, here you can see here that the code comes here. the question comes here. Okay, once the question comes here, and then the user input is sent to a variable here, and then that variable is processed by the query engine function. The query engine function, it's come from here. The once it is processed, it is returned back to the HTML, and then the response comes here, and then the value finally we display it on in the web page. This is the brief, very brief, the code explanation for all these three files: style.css, and then index.html, and then chatbot web Python. Let's try to run one more time. I'm going to Control C here. Then I'm going to run one more time. And you see that the web server is running on the port 5000. I'm going back here. Refresh. And you can ask questions. There are total 12 servers in the CSV files. Okay, a few more things I want to explain. These code I've already explained in my previous video. I'll quickly go through this. And then if the code is not working, if you have a squiggly line here in the Flask, you need to install the pip install Flask. And then here I'm loading the environmental variable, the API key, open AI API key. Okay, and I'm using the model, OpenAI model 3.5 turbo, and then the directory reader. Okay, I'm reading the data folder here, the CSV file. The data folder is here. There are two CSV file here, and if you have the CSV file on some of the place, you need to put the absolute path here, C colon and C colon temp, etc. You need to put like that. But I have it here on the temp. Okay, and the vector index, basically it creates a index of all the document, and then this is the vector index receiver. It retrieves the top 10 most similar document, and we don't have a lot of document here, only 2 documents. And then the retriever query engine, it processes the file and then get the output, the response. Finally, if you have created the folder structure and files, same like here, same like here, and same like here, the code must work. Thanks for watching, guys, and you have a great day.